The boy's favorite thing to eat is his fingers, and whenever he eats a finger, his strength will skyrocket by 1 point. I saw Notweed pinching his chest with both hands and leaning against the wall in pain. Then there was a strange laugh. Gojomono thought he was about to run amok. As everyone knows, that is the taste of Notweed's acting fingers. Makes him feel sick. This performance made Gojomono even more convinced that Itadori had absolute resistance to Suno. It is really a once-in-a-millennium tool. People, then, after Notweed said goodbye to his grandfather, follow Gojomono to the deep mountains of Tokyo. There is a spell here. High school. Many sorcerers graduated from here. Each incoming member is required to be interviewed by the principal. If Itadori is refused admission by the principal, he will probably be executed on the spot. At this time Suno suddenly interjected and mocked Gojo. It is just a small building that runs errands. If one day he can see the light of day again, we'll definitely avenge yesterday. However, instead of being angry, Gojo felt very honored. After all, he is a two-faced demon. Even in the era of curse victory, nor can a single sorcerer defeat him, making him an out-and-out king of curses. Tiger battle is curious. Who is the most powerful in the heyday of Suno or Wuqiaowu?
We can call you.
Finally, Gojo Kiri came to the principal with Notweed. However, what caught my eye was a doll maker. Uncle Notweed politely introduced himself to the principal. Unexpectedly, the other party directly sent out soul torture. Ask what Itadori is doing at school. Notweed means obeying his grandfather's last wishes. Do your best to save the lives of others. However, this answer made the principal dissatisfied. Think of him as a tool without self-awareness. The person immediately summoned the green doll beside him, launched a fierce attack towards Notweed. Principal understands that the more people are in a desperate situation, the more human nature is revealed. He wanted to know the truth in Notweed's heart. If you just embark on the path of a sorcerer, for the last words of others, then they don't need this kind of person. Under the physical and mental torture of the principal, Itadori finally recognized what he was thinking. He didn't want to escape the mission. He was carrying even if it was life or death in the future. He won't regret it. Today's decision. The principal looked at his determined eyes and congratulated him on his qualifications through the interview. In this way, Hu Zhan successfully became a member of the sorcerer. Then Wu Qiaowu took him to the dormitory, which was not only spacious and quiet, and the next door is still a dark room. The two can communicate and learn anytime and anywhere. After arranging everything, they will go to meet the third student.
Kugisaki Nohara is a happy man, so let's say this.
Man is the strongest sorcerer today, and the special curse spirit is like a plaything in front of him, and yet it is like this, a great god. But he went to school to become a teacher. On this day, Gojo Kiri took the 3 students to an abandoned building in the suburbs, under the influence of the nearby Grand Cemetery. This led to a large number of curses in the building. Their mission this time is to put the curse on the ground. By the way, test the strength of Notweed and Changwei. Before leaving, he handed Notweed a Notweed and a kitchen knife. Can help him in battle. Notweed, after entering the building, carefully surveying the interior of the building. It looks strong, but he seemed to be familiar with the road, and proposed to Notweed to act separately, for he could agree. He left alone. Who knew it was at this moment? A sudden spirit suddenly attacked, running on the Notweed reaction, quickly cut off the sudden spirit's arm in an instant, and at the same time, a turnover to pull the distance. I saw a crayfish with 8 pack halves, ferociously selling receipts to Notweed. Notweed rejected him without hesitation. The angry cursed spirit raised his sword. A backward knife was inserted into the groin. Then a sliding shovel came behind him, cut down the cursed spirit with 2 large swords at an extremely fast speed. At the same time, on the 2nd floor, a strong glance, I saw the curse 0 hidden in the dummy, and I saw him taking out a nail in his left hand and a hammer in his right hand. The curse spell quickly appeared, but the other party was not moved at all. Xiangwei could only take the initiative to inject curse power into the nail. Use the hammer to hit the dummy hard. 2 nails, it was like a bullet hitting the curse spell on the head. The curse spell that was hit really showed its original form. However, Qiangwei is just a snap of his fingers. The nail began to invade the cursed spirit, and after an explosion inside, the cursed spirit was completely destroyed. Just as he was about to get off work, there was a sudden noise from behind the box. Take a closer look. Is all a little boy strong and strong? I wanted to take him out, but the boy refused. In desperation, he had to prepare to call for a passport. Unexpectedly, a sudden spirit suddenly emerged from inside the wall and grabbed the boy. This move of threatening as a hostage undoubtedly angered Qiangwei. The other party was obviously just a low-level sudden spirit, but he was powerless against his method. After a period of ideological struggle, Qiangwei, in the end it was for the boy's safety that he was forced to lay down his weapon and surrender to him. However, the Bell Missile didn't want to let the boy go. Also tried to kill Qiangwei together. At this moment, Notweed broke through the wall and took out a kitchen knife. Without hesitation, he cut off the cursed spirit's arm and cursed spirit. Seeing that the hostages escaped in disguise and quickly evacuated, how could he let him go easily?
It is really not good.